Good evening, everyone. My name is Alana Brathwaite. This is my final presentation for HR Management Project, and my topic of discussion will be workplace diversity and inclusion. My topic is about diversity initiatives in the workplace. When we think about diversity, we think of race, sexual orientation, gender, religion, and disability, to name a few, because those are the ones that we normally face. But there are more areas that make up diversity and inclusion. This is a subject that is becoming more implemented within organizations because the demographics of the workplace are changing, and we need to change with it. My goal is to elaborate on why this topic is of importance and what organizations can do to create change. All organizations, if they do not know already, should be aware of the need for diversity initiatives in the workplace. The benefits are not only for the employee, but the employer as well, and the whole work environment. Some benefits of diversity are different perspectives, employees that feel included, increased performance, improved creativity, engaged employees, increased innovation, and higher revenue. So, the first step in creating a diversity inclusion at the workplace is having social discussions. These social discussions can open up communication, get a strategic organizations can get a strategic plan in place, identify the challenges they face. Organizational leaders should adopt tools that create increased level of diversity among employees. Also, having these discussions can impact their customers by understanding their needs, what appeals to them, and these conversations can be had, although challenging, it's needed for long-term growth. Some ways organizations can bring awareness to diversity and inclusion is to have guided social discussions, as mentioned in the slide previously, create a business model or strategic plan, provide training, ask questions, be open to learning, providing knowledge and understanding, address equity issues. According to the U.S. labor force, the number of people working or looking for work is projected to reach 163.8 million in 2024. The labor force is expected to grow by 79 million, representing an average annual growth rate of 0.5% over the 2014-2024 period. More Americans say immigrants strengthen the country than burden it, and most say the U.S.'s increasing ethnic diversity makes it a better place to live. Numbers don't lie. Americans are more racially and ethnically diverse than ever in the United States and in the past. It is projected to be one of the most diverse in the coming decades. And I use just race as one of the categories, but we know that there are many other categories where diversity um, is included. But I just used it for an example of whites, black, Hispanic, Asians. Diversity should be more than hiring a person of a different race or ethnic background. There should be real work in order to change the culture. This can start with the Human Resources Department. Some things they can do to support the initiative are standardizing the interview process. Everyone should be treated fairly within an interview and in the same manner. And everyone should have the same opportunity. Commit to developing diverse candidates, identifying candidates with high potential, and providing coaching, training, and development leadership. Focus on inclusion. Be assured that everyone is welcome to the table. People need to feel included, represented, and valued at work. Diversity. Well, we discussed the benefits of diversity inclusion in the workplace, why it's important, and how companies can benefit from it, why the workplace is growing, and how much and by how much. We also need to look at how much better off organizations have become. Emily Huff, a director of Field Placements School of Education, and her colleague Becky Hughes were in a faculty learning and growth group. They read Lee Wa's Let's Get Real: What People of Color Say and Whites Won't Ask About Racism. This helped them to start a difficult conversation and kept it going. They were challenged and, more importantly, impacted, which caused them to acknowledge that racism does plague our country and wanted to promote an environment of equality for each other. Not only have their perspectives changed, but also they got through some difficult conversations that led to understanding. In recent news, Starbucks closed all of its locations due to staff training on racial bias. Two black men were arrested at one of their locations while waiting for a friend. Another incident occurred when one man had been denied access to the restroom because he did not purchase anything at the time. The publicity of these occurrences brought awareness to the need for training. A company as large as Starbucks and as popular as Starbucks has issues. Bringing awareness and the need for change. So some positive things that have come from, or that companies have benefited from because they included diversity, are companies with equal men and women earn more revenue. Race and ethnic groups are projected to continue to increase the growth rates because the divergent rates of population growth. Companies that have more diversity tend to perform by 35%. They perform better by 35%. And 70% of companies capture new markets. So when your company is diverse, you market to a whole larger group of people. So that's also excellent for a business. My recommendations would be follow the numbers. Numbers don't lie. So you can do a trial program or a pilot program and see how much better off your company is by creating a diversity and inclusion program at work. See what other organizations are doing that are similar in size, similar in business, the product. Just see what they're doing. Do they have a program maybe that you can piggyback off of or mirror? Um, do your research. Like I said previously, the numbers don't lie. Find out the benefits. I named a couple of them of why a company would want to include um, everyone and have everyone sit at the table. Involve key management and executive teams, the HR department. You can create programs and different initiatives for the employees to take part in, because when they see that you're trying to include them, I'm sure the productivity will go up. Revamp the hiring process. Include major to include major the I'm sorry, to include the vast majority and to include everyone, even if you have to remove the names of people so you don't have to assume their race. Maybe take out the gender of the person if it's not specific to the position. Those are things that you can do in order to change your hiring process, which would probably bring a more diverse group of people. I chose this topic and I'm particularly interested in diversity and inclusion because I know what it's like. I work in an environment and I know what it's like to be the minority. I'm not included in conversations and get the impression that I should be lucky to be there. It affects my mood and my relationship with my coworkers. For conversations to be had saying how it's important, how for conversations at work to be had saying how important my job is, they don't make me feel valued. I hope, my hope is that no one is treated this way and can feel comfortable to discuss the changes that are taking place in the world and also become a part of the change. Work is a place that we spend the majority of our day. We should feel comfortable, we should feel wanted, we should feel respected. But this is a reminder to myself that not all organizations feel this way, not all organizations understand the importance of diversity and inclusion. This concludes my recording for today. I went pretty quickly because the first one I went over 15 minutes, so I spoke very fast in order to make sure that I pre presented the whole presentation. Here are my references. I have 3 pages of them. Thank you so much.